Pavel Tsatsouline spent years hardening the necks and spines of Soviet soldiers, men who marched for hours under heavy packs and heavier helmets and still had to whip their heads around at a moment's notice without a single twinge. And here's the thing that ought to stop you cold. Those men didn't walk around with the stiff, aching, locked-up necks that so many of us live with today. The reason isn't some secret. It's that they trained their necks the way the Soviet system trained everything, with tension and with holds, and it had almost nothing in common with what we do now. No pills, no fussing with pillows, no rubbing the sore spot and hoping it settles down. What they used instead were specific positions you sink into under hard, controlled tension. Positions that teach the muscles around your neck to hold your head where it's supposed to sit. The 5 I'm about to show you take about 15 minutes. They need no equipment, and if your neck is stiff, if it aches by the end of the day, if you get those tension headaches that creep up the back of your skull, these will do more than any stretch or any pill ever has. And let me give you the one idea that makes all of this work, because it flips everything you've been told. Your neck is almost never the actual problem. Your head weighs about the same as a bowling ball, somewhere around 10 or 12 pounds, and it's supposed to sit balanced right on top of your shoulders, where your bones carry the weight for you. But we spend all day with our heads drifting forward, staring down at phones and screens, and the second your head slides forward, the muscles at the back of your neck have to hold that bowling ball up, like a crane holding a load out over the water. They never get to rest. That's your ache. It isn't damage, it's a tug of war, and these holds are how you win it. One quick and important thing before we start. If you've got shooting pain, numbness, or tingling that runs down your arm into your hand, if your grip feels weak, if you get dizzy, or if this all started after a fall or a car accident, don't do these. See a doctor first, because that's the small group of cases that need real medical attention. For everyone else, the stiffness, the aching, the headaches, let's get into them. The first hold is the foundation, and almost nobody does it right. It's the chin tuck hold. Now, this is not dropping your chin down to your chest. It's the opposite. You're going to glide your whole head straight back over your shoulders, like a soldier snapping to attention, making a little double chin as you do it. This one works because it wakes up the deep muscles at the front of your neck, the small ones that are supposed to hold your head upright. When those go weak and quiet, your head drifts forward, and the big muscles in back get stuck doing their job all day long. Sit or stand tall with your eyes level, looking straight ahead. Now gently draw your head straight back, keeping your chin level the whole time until you feel like you've made a slight double chin and your ears have stacked back over your shoulders. Don't tip your chin up and don't crank it down. Hold that position for 5 to 10 seconds, then relax and repeat it 5 to 8 times. You should feel a mild working effort deep in the front of your neck and maybe a gentle stretch at the base of your skull. It should never hurt. The most common mistake is nodding the chin downward instead of gliding the whole head back. And the second is using way too much force. Gentle and precise beats, hard and sloppy every time here. If you're not sure you've got it, lie on your back on the floor and gently press the back of your head down into the floor. The floor guides you into the perfect tuck. The second hold is Pavel's bread and butter, and it's the fastest way there is to build a neck that can hold your head steady all day. It's the self-resisted isometric neck hold. Pressing against something that refuses to move builds strength through the whole neck without a single risky movement. And the immovable object here is simply your own hand. Sit up tall, place the palm of your hand flat against your forehead. Now press your head forward into your hand while your hand presses back, so nothing actually moves, a complete stalemate, at about a third of your full strength. Hold that for 5 to 7 seconds. Then move your hand to the back of your head and press backward into it the same way. Then place a palm against the side of your head and press sideways, and switch to the other side. That's all 4 directions. Do 1 or 2 easy rounds. The whole time you should feel the muscles of your neck switch on and work hard while your head stays perfectly still. And you'll feel a warm, worked fatigue when you're done. Here's the big mistake, and it matters more on your neck than anywhere else in your body. This is not a contest of strength. Never press hard, never hold your breath, and never push into pain or dizziness. Gentle, steady tension is what builds the neck. If any single direction gives you pain or sends tingling down your arm, skip that direction and move on. Now, before I show you the third hold, let me stop for just a second because this matters. If you're dealing with constant stiffness, aching joints, and a body that just doesn't move the way it used to, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not stuck with it. Most people assume this is simply what getting older feels like, and that is flat out not true. That's exactly why I put together Reboot Your Body. It's a 30-day, step-by-step program that rebuilds your mobility and your strength one piece at a time, so you can get through your day without that constant aching, turn your head to back out of the driveway without wincing, and play with your kids or grandkids without your body holding you back. Imagine going a whole day without that headache creeping up the back of your neck. If you want it, the link is right there in the description. All right, back to it. The third hold fixes something most people never connect to their neck at all, and that's their shoulder blades. It's the prone Y hold. Here's the thing. Your neck can't hold good posture if your shoulder blades aren't anchored underneath it. There's a set of muscles, the lower traps, whose whole job is to pull your shoulder blades down and back and give your neck a stable base to work from. Most people have none of that. They're all upper trap, shrugged up and tense, and nothing holding the base down. Lie face down on the floor with your arms stretched overhead and out into a Y shape, thumbs pointing up toward the ceiling. Let your forehead rest lightly down. Now, before you lift anything, gently slide your shoulder blades down toward your back pockets. Keeping them there, lift your arms just a few inches off the floor, thumbs leading toward the ceiling, and hold. Keep the back of your neck long, and do not crank your head up to help. Hold for 10 to 20 seconds, and do 2 or 3 rounds. You should feel the muscles between and just below your shoulder blades working, not the top of your neck. The mistakes to avoid are shrugging your shoulders up toward your ears, which is the exact opposite of the point, and arching your low back to cheat the arms higher. If lifting the arms is too much at first, leave them resting on the floor, and just practice sliding the shoulder blades down and holding that. The fourth hold goes after the real root of forward head, and it sits lower than you'd think, in your upper back. It's the thoracic extension hold. If your mid-back is stuck in a permanent slump from years of sitting, your head has no choice but to jut forward to keep your eyes level. You can chin tuck all day, but if you don't free up that stiff upper back, your head keeps sliding forward the moment you stop thinking about it. Restore the extension there, and your head naturally stacks back over your shoulders where it belongs. Sit tall on a chair, or stand, and lace your fingers together behind your head. Now, keeping your ribs from flaring out in front, gently lift your chest and arch your upper back, drawing your elbows wide and open as you extend back through the middle of your spine. You're arching the upper back, not the lower back. Hold that tall, open position for 15 to 30 seconds, breathing slowly the whole time, and feel your head drift back on its own. Do 2 or 3 rounds. You'll feel a good opening across your chest and the middle of your back. The main mistake is cheating the movement by cranking your low back and letting your ribs pop forward, instead of extending where it actually matters, up between the shoulder blades. If you want more, do it draped back over the top of a chair or a foam roller to let the upper back extend a little further. The fifth hold is the one that finally quiets down the stiffness and the headaches, and it works differently than the rest because you contract before you release. It's the upper trap tension relax hold. Those muscles running from the base of your skull down into the tops of your shoulders get locked into a permanent clench from staring at screens, and that's what gives you the tight, stiff, headache neck that won't turn all the way. A plain stretch usually isn't enough to make them let go, but if you gently contract the muscle first and then relax it, it releases far deeper. Sit up tall. Gently tilt your right ear down toward your right shoulder until you feel a mild stretch along the left side of your neck. Rest your right hand lightly on the left side of your head, but don't pull. Now, gently press your head up and back into your hand, contracting that stretched muscle at about 1/4 of your strength, and hold for 5 seconds. Then relax completely and let your head ease just a little further into the stretch. Repeat that press and relax 3 or 4 times, then switch sides. You'll feel a deep release running down the side and back of your neck, and most people can turn their head noticeably further right afterward. The one rule, and it's important on the neck, is that you never yank your head down with your hand and you never push into sharp pain. The hand just rests there. The gentle contraction does the work. All right, now let me show you how to put these 5 together into a routine that takes about 15 minutes and actually loosens this thing up for good. Start by opening things up. Do the thoracic extension hold first, 2 or 3 rounds to free up the upper back. Then move to the upper trap tension relax hold, 3 or 4 cycles on each side to release the muscles that are clenched down. Now that everything's open, go to the strengthening. Chin tuck holds, 5 to 8 of them, to wake up the deep muscles in front. Then the self-resisted neck hold, 1 or 2 gentle rounds through all 4 directions. And finish with the prone Y hold, 2 or 3 rounds to anchor the shoulder blades that hold it all up. You can do the 2 release moves, the thoracic extension and the tension relax, every single day, even at your desk when your neck starts talking to you. The 3 strengthening holds, the chin tuck, the neck press, and the Y hold. 3 or 4 days a week is plenty. Stay consistent, and most people feel the stiffness ease within a week or 2. The head turns further, the headaches come less often, and your head starts to sit back over your shoulders on its own, instead of drifting forward all day. Movement is the medicine here, not another pill and not another new pillow. Your neck is built to hold your head up without complaint, and these holds simply teach it how to do that job again. So don't save this for later and forget about it. Sit up tall right now, glide your head back into one good chin tuck, and feel how much taller and lighter your neck feels. And if you want the full step-by-step plan that builds on these holds and rebuilds your whole body over 30 days, that's exactly what Reboot Your Body was made for. And the link is waiting for you below. Otherwise, subscribe and stick around, because the next one is going to help you just as much.